Alright you lot, Chapel John here, and today we're looking at Transformers Beast Wars Reissue Cybershark. Here he is in his shark mode. As you can see, it looks alright. He comes with this little piece, and the instructions are printed right on the back of the box. Yeah, that's that. Here he is in a shark mode. It looks kind of pretty nice. He's a hammerhead shark. You've got the grey, well, blue, light blue, not grey, and you've got the white underbelly, and you've got the green spots. I don't know if that's accurate to a real shark or if the detail is just trying to replicate what happens underwater, but nonetheless, it looks alright. Now, articulation in this mode is really limited. The only thing you've got are the fins, which are on ball joints, which just kind of go in and out and turn a full 360. They can also tilt, but not very much. So yeah, there's not a lot to talk about when it comes to that. Also, you don't want to display this guy in fish mode very often and shark mode often, because what's going to happen is he's just gonna tilt downwards. You either need to have a flight stand, or you need to have a shelf that has some grooves in it to where these fins fit and he can just sit like that. Otherwise he's just not gonna look right in this mode, or you better hope that the ball joints are tight enough to support him. Those are the three options you've got. Anyway, gimmicks in this mode, as far as they go, I think they're really meant more for robot mode, but you can press here and it deploys this, which, admittedly, I mean, that don't look too bad. Another one is this fires off. Now, I don't know if the spring is weaker on this figure than on the original, but it fires off. Which is not, it don't fire off very far. So, yeah. So, okay. You've got red eyes as well. Anyway, to transform him, now, everybody agrees you're supposed to remove this. Great. But, not everyone agrees as to whether or not you're supposed to have this on or removed. For the sake of brevity, for the sake of, just, I will shoot this off. The reason I'll do that is because even the artwork itself does not really like the shark head on there. Not even in the... Not really. I mean, sure, you've got it both ways here. But also, even in the instruction manuals, really, it just kind of... I guess it shows both ways, so... But I would take the artwork as a suggestion of how they really wanted it to be. That's what I would do. Even the artwork shows it with it off. So, I'm going to go ahead and take it off. Anyway, transformation is kind of untab the feet from the hands, kind of pegging down here. Take the underbelly, split that in half, bring that out, and take this whole waist section, which is on this hinge, fold this up. We can take the arms, twist them round. Now, we can take this whole front section, fold that down, and you see a port right here, and a slot right down here. Fold the feet out, and position the legs as you need be. And that is Cybershark in his robot mode. Now, you could have left the shark head on there if you really wanted to. Problem with that though is it kind of looks like that. I mean, I don't tend to display him like this, and I don't think the artwork, judging by the artwork, I don't think they really wanted you to display him that way to start with. But yeah, that's him in his robot mode. You kind of need to line certain things up. Okay. Now, remember the gimmick with the tail. You flip that out and it becomes kind of an accessory, if you will. Which, that fits in his hand pretty well. My hands are not very well coordinated, as you can see. There you go. You've got this. I tend to display it with it like this. But hey, to each their own. He can even hold this if you so want him to. Which, I mean, you can rationalize it and say that it's kind of an axe. You know, I'm sure you can. And that's not too bad. Also, he comes with other accessories too. Just kind of get those out the way. And I need to bring the legs up so that I can get my finger here and push the missiles up. This is on par with Beast Wars Optimus Primal in terms of weapon storage, at least when it comes to the missiles. But the rest is more on par with Cheetor, where it became part of the alt mode. So yeah, you can either have him hold the missiles as clubs. They even have a shark head molded on them. I don't know if my camera will ever pick that up, but they've got that molding to them. And you can use one of them as a missile for the chest. See the two grooves here? Line the missile up and you've got it. Fire it off and it fires kind of well. I don't want to say it's the worst, because I know it's not. And excuse me, I've dropped the missile. Yeah. Luckily, it did not fire off very far, but it could have been worse. So, yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Articulation in robot mode is that the head can turn a full 360, can bob to the side a little bit, tilt side to side, look down pretty well, upwards. I'm not sure if he's really looking upwards, I can't tell. But anyway, he does have a good articulation with the head. Shoulders can go up that far, can't really turn 360 thanks to the kibble in the way. Can go outwards pretty decently. If it weren't for this section, it would go all the way out. Bend at the elbow past 90 degrees. His biceps turn a full 360. Nothing at the wrists. Nothing at the waist. Hips can go forwards pretty well. They can go backwards, kind of well. Outwards, they go really well. Thigh swivel, a full 360. Bends at the knee, I think I would say 90 degrees, maybe a bit below 90 degrees, I can't tell. The way his legs are shaped, and his feet can only tilt downwards for transformation. So yeah, he's a really nice figure overall. So, let's transform him back, shall we? Because there's nothing much to talk about now. Other than just saying... Well, another thing to note is in robot mode you've got red showing here. Which is almost as if you've skinned the shark alive. Well, not alive, but... It is as if you have done that. I mean, that's kind of clever. Kind of morbid, but... It's kind of clever. I mean, red is exactly what the colour scheme kind of needed. You know, it needed to be balanced out with some sort of red. It needed that, so I guess it was needed. To transform this guy, turn the biceps such that they're pointing inwards. Bring the feet down. I would kind of bend the knees a little bit. You kind of want to do that. Now, I will get the arms out the way because I need to come round here and undo the waist from here. And bring all this up. Bring the arms back down. Now, I would take the waist, which is on its own hinge, bring this part down, kind of bring the legs up a little bit, and now the post will now go right below the head, if you see that slot. Kind of get these positioned, close these up, and kind of get the hands up there, and now these ports at the feet will now peg into the hands. Just kind of get things lined up and into place. Great. Now I can take this, reattach this here, or just leave it on if it was already attached. Take the weapon here, fold the knife up to reveal that, and take this. What you're going to do, there is a peg right here and a slot right there. Also, you want to line up the natural shape of the hinge up with this section here, which isn't actually that difficult at all. And there you go. That is Transformers Beast Wars Reissue Cybershark. What did I think of this figure? Well, he's a really nice figure. I should also mention that he's kind of a deluxe class, since the packaging says Deluxe Maximal Cybershark. So, yeah. Any faults with him? I'm sure you can find some, you know. Like, one of them is that you kind of need a flight stand, or a shelf that can accommodate the fins right there, which I do have, by the way. So, that's not too bad. And another thing would be that, well, if you lose either of these, you can't complete the mode. But that's not a problem with me. But I'm sure you could find that yourself. But the real problems I do have is just, like, I guess the weight of this thing is so much that the spring is not strong enough to fire this off. But hey, you know, he's a nice figure overall. So yeah, that was that. Anyway, hope you liked this video and have a great time. And as always, see you later.